at Patrick Henry High School, and right now I'm with Miss Sandy. She wears many hats here and has really great seniority with our students and with the other teachers. Can you tell us a little bit about some of your titles?
Hi, yes, I'm a teacher. I've been in Minneapolis since 1999. My own children go to Loring and Olson, which are two pathway schools, and I have my first at Henry this year. I work with supporting new and striving teachers and work to coach teachers in an instructional sense across our building.
Thank you. So can you tell us, why are you out here on the line today rather than in that building doing what you've always done?
So when we talked about striking, our union presented 5 priorities, and one of the hats that I wear is supporting the education pathway for students of color and other educators of color in our building to become teachers of color, and figuring out ways to protect our educators of color is, for me, why I'm out here today. Over the last 22 years, we have Mr. Abdullah, who is the principal. He and I have worked actively, because I work as a mentor role. We've actively worked at recruiting educators of color from our community to work with our students. We have former students at Henry who are now teachers at Henry. And so how do we keep that for our school and our students? How do we continue that? And one of the parts that's on the table, there's protect, recruit, and retain educators of color. Right now, there is recruit and retain, great, but if we don't protect them, how is there going to be anyone to mentor? And so right now, I could tell you story after story. We had a teacher last year who was a former North High graduate, black woman educator, and we couldn't guarantee her a job for the following year. And so we couldn't protect her from the processes of budget tie-out. Could we have found ways to make that a 1.0? That's protection, so that she could stay at our school. And she isn't here anymore, and she ended up leaving the district. So my number one goal is, how can I use my white privilege as a white educator, a white parent, community member, to say, we have to figure out some solution. I don't know what the solution is, but we have to start thinking about, we don't need another well-intended white woman like me. We need educators to look like our students that are in front of them. And really, as I said yesterday to some of my white educators, what are you really willing to do for the sake of equity? And does that really mean, if I'm going to walk the talk, that if there's a woman of color who has a 0.8 and I have a 1.0, do I say, for the sake of equity, you have the 1.0, I'll find a job somewhere else? So that's where I'm at, and trying to say that can't control everyone, but I can control my own narrative about what does it really mean for the sake of equity, what are you willing to do?
Thank you so much. Appreciate you talking to us today. All right.
Yeah.
Solidarity.
Yay.